Hey, this video is for my incarcerated friends, but I also wanted to take an opportunity to post it on social media because I try really hard to share not only our successes, but our failures with others. And trust me, we have a lot of failures. So I want to learn by doing and share the things that I have learned with you so you can either learn from it or avoid it altogether. So for starters, I will say that 1 year ago, I posted a video about a venture that I had started. It was a junk hauling company, Junk Hustlers, and I had the idea to create it because I wanted to have a way for people who were coming out of prison have some day labor work or short-term gigs, because not everybody coming out of prison is ready for a full-time job. And so I read a couple of books on junk hauling and how much people charge, what other companies are doing. I was really inspired by the book that was written by the founders of College Hunks and the other one, 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And so I learned whatever I could from them because I'm really big on trying to learn from other people's failures and successes. And I said in that video that I didn't know if I was going to succeed or not, but I was willing to fail. And I asked the question, I said, is it going to be worth it to be brave? And is it going to be worth it to be willing to fail? And the answer is absolutely yes, it has been worth it. Have I made any actual money on my investment yet? No. But I have seen such a great return. So if you remember, I have decided to give this business to one of our formerly incarcerated participants. He was one of the first people that I met in prison that inspired my work. And he took over the company last summer, and since then he had done about 85K in revenue, which I'm so proud of him for that. And he was profitable in December and was actually able to cut a check. Same with January, and it's going to be the same in February. I believe he's on track to do 20,000 just this month in February. And so he went from doing 85K last year to this year he's on track to do more than 250K, and it's just super exciting to watch him as an entrepreneur grow and just all the different things that he has learned as an entrepreneur, of like making those decisions that are business focused, not ego focused or feeling focused. And one of the things that I've learned, not only from my own ventures of trying to create businesses for so many years, and my own insecurities, there were so many times that I'd make business decisions out of ego or feelings. And I still have to watch out to this day not to do that. It's very hard for me to just look through a business lens. And if I'm being honest, if I was only looking through a business lens, Junk Hustlers wouldn't have been a thing because it made no business sense on paper. But it was just one of those things that I just felt like God was calling me to do. And now I see why. I didn't know when I started this company that I would end up giving the company to Jesus, who has completely transformed it and is now paying dividends. Like it's to me, that's a success. And it will be a success. Eventually, as time goes on, I will end up getting the original investment that I paid into the company, and then it will become profitable. I know that not everybody has that luxury to wait and get paid out when things are profitable, or to be able to reinvest. We are about to reinvest. We have all 3 of our dumpsters out right now for long-term projects. So we have a fork in the road. We could, and we as leaders made this decision together, we could take out money for ourselves, or we could reinvest into the company and get more dumpsters that's going to help scale and bring us more revenue. So we're obviously going to reinvest. There was a time in my life that there was no way I was going to be able to reinvest money. In fact, I didn't even have money to reinvest. I had to do side hustles. I had to figure it out. That first few companies, those first few companies, I want to say that I learned after the first one, but I'm stubborn and it's very difficult for me to, like I said, I made a lot of business decisions based on feelings. And I'm only 7 years sober, so being an alcoholic and running a business doesn't mix. So I have learned that, yes, it's worth it to be brave and be willing to fail, because every single time that I failed, it became a stepping stone to being successful in a new venture. I usually don't fail or trip over the same thing multiple times. I don't step on that same rake. So once I step on the rake, I can go to my list of all the rakes I've stepped on and cross that off and be like, won't make that mistake again. And so I know that it's really cliche to say, but I really believe that the more you fail, like it's not, I hate the word failure, but it is what it is. It's learning. When you fail, you learn. And so if you're in a season right now where you feel like you're failing, just know you're not going to fail again in that area. And the next time you try something, you already know what not to do. So keep failing. And yes, it is worth it.